I've changed my mind. Honestly, I have changed my mind. So, for the last couple of days, I've been telling a couple of people that I don't know when exactly we're going to be going up, and it might take a little bit of a while of sideways trading and stuff like that, and maybe this, maybe that. I've changed my mind. I am officially more bullish on XRP now than I have ever been. Officially. No more questions asked. No more debating. Nothing like that. I sat down this morning. I set myself down good. And I thought about which currency should I go all in for if I had to make a choice. Because I ask you guys this question all the time. If you have to pick one crypto, which one would it be? And I was debating between Bitcoin and XRP, because I've said also before that if we're going to gain, it's going to be Bitcoin first and then XRP. But then I kept thinking. I was like, man, which one of these currencies, if I couldn't touch it for 15 years, was going to really get me a crazy ROI and really do me good? Which one has almost no chance of failing? And man, it was too obvious for me then. And the thing is, even though I know that, even though I've talked about it before with you guys, it's also about really realizing that whole picture in your head properly and understanding what you're holding for. Right? I hold personally to get some crazy ROI on XRP. I'm not here for a couple of bucks. I've said this often on Twitter. I'm not here for just a couple of dollars. I don't want to just buy a new washing machine, even though those things are expensive as can be. We're here for the real new life, right? And a lot of us are into XRP because it's able to bring that. I mean, we've seen before how XRP can literally go to dollars in valuation, and that's just to start. I mean, ask any analyst out there. Ask them if crypto is right now at its peak, right? I think 95% of them will say no. Why? Again, because crypto has only reached 1% of the real population of this world. It's reached less than 1% of all companies in the world, and way less than 1% of the money. Specifically XRP here, it has hit nothing in terms of money. It's nowhere yet, guys. And that I painted that picture inside my head now this morning, and I just had to do it. I gotta admit, I had to do it. I had to buy a little bit more XRP today than usual. I've told you guys a little bit earlier, I think maybe a week ago or so, I started buying XRP every single day. Every single day, I said until at least the end of the year. And the reason I promised that was because I wanted to show you, hopefully in a couple of weeks, maybe in a couple of months, that it's not like you have to time the bottom to actually make money with crypto. I've said that a couple of times before. If you bought anywhere from, let's say, even here, from May 2018 up till now, if you bought anywhere here to maybe like a couple of weeks ago, you would have been in profit. Anywhere from freaking 2018. Is that not crazy to consider? Anywhere from 2018 up to now, you would have been in profit. And I want to show people again, you may have bought at the top. Okay, unlucky. But if you consecutively buy chunks, eventually you'll end up in profit. At least that's my philosophy behind it. Again, it's not financial advice. I don't know if it's going to work, but I really feel like it will. And the thing is, right now, we're seeing a little bit of a phase where things are going down a little bit, right? People may get afraid. People are like, well, what's happening? I get a lot of DMs asking me what's going on. Told you guys before, it is a bullish signal, even though prices are going down. And funny enough, every time this happens, the XRP price goes to the downside when it goes out of the bullish pennant. It's normally a bullish signal. Why? Let me explain to you guys. But first, we are giving away, and I said that before, 250 XRP, but I'm going to try something different today. All right, I'm going to go a big freaking move, and I'm going to try something which I don't think we will hit, but let's try. If we hit 2,000 likes on this video, I'm going to be giving away 500 XRP in a live stream a couple of hours after this. I'm going to live stream it, and we're going to give it away. Let's just try it, Let's just try, see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll just go back to our 250 usual, but maybe it does. And then I'll be done with giveaways for a little while. 3 simple steps. Make sure you press the like button. Make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And make sure you check out Webull, guys, because they're giving away 4 free stocks to everybody who's entering their platform. It's a pretty legit platform, in my opinion. I really enjoy it a lot. I like it. And again, you'll get 2 free stocks for joining and 2 more free stocks if you deposit $100. Check it out if you're from the US. And then, guys, let's move over into this one. The reason it is right now very, very bullish, and why I actually cannot give you guys any real price prediction except for moon is coming, is because right now we are in a positive or a bullish kind of momentum, right? I'm going to try to explain it in baby steps. We're having bullish momentum going on at least since March, right? So prices have been gradually going up. And the thing is, prices may fall for a little bit or stay within the same zone for a little bit. However, as long as the general move is upwards, it doesn't really matter. So the bigger point here is if we scroll in, and hopefully you're not in the car, but you're actually watching, what we're seeing right here is an uptrend, right? We all see it like all the way from down here. It's an uptrend going on with a little bit of sideways movement, even though it's a couple of months. It's a little bit. And right now, we had a big breakout, had some sideways movement, and what's normally going to happen is a continuation of this bullish momentum or the breakout. And that's what the bullish pennant is for here, to showcase, all right, we had a flagpole where a lot of price action was going on. A lot of people were buying. We were excited. You can see that's backed by a lot of volume, which is good. And then people started to sell again. People started to kind of be indecisive of exactly what was going to happen. And normally you get a breakout happening right at this end because people are indecisive, yet it can't really go either way. And we just are going to continue the move that we saw before. And again, the move generally was going up, 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 up. Eventually, though, people didn't really know what to expect. It went sideways for a little bit before you just spark back up, 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 and go, again, further up to the upside. Pretty obvious, I think. And usually you buy if you get around right around this area of like you can say either the high, which is really around this area, or maybe the high of the body, or at least the more minor resistance, which is right around that area where you can just start to buy in, but then of course projected over here when we break out. On the other hand, though, guys, we're not going to be buying or entering if the price breaks to the downside, which it has done a couple of times before. All right, every time we take a good look at XRP on lower time frames, it is actually broken from this pennant on the downside. The only thing is that if you check it on the daily, it's actually still within this bullish pennant and things are actually still looking good. Things are actually still looking very, very juicy. And even if we, or wait, no, I should rephrase that. We can actually continue this bullish pennant for quite a ways longer if we're unlucky or lucky, depending on how you view it. I see all this sideways action as something very, very lucky because we are quite convinced that we're going to be seeing a huge breakout, even if we have to correct to about 30 cents or whatever first. I don't personally care because we know where it's going to be going. So right now, we're just in a period of huge accumulation, in my opinion. I think right now is the perfect time to fill our bags. And by the way, another point is very important, that within this bullish pennant, the volume is deteriorating, which shows less decisive moves, right? If we were to be in a very close proximity here, but very huge volume, that would not be good. Right now, you can see, though, indecisiveness is leaving a lot of people to not really trade that heavily, and hopefully the breakout to the top side is supported with a lot of volume. Then we'll take that trade, and we're looking for some crazy profits as of that point. Again, first resistance being right at this area, and some other resistances very, very near. Very, very near. I told you guys that before. However, we're really looking out, and I'm really looking forward to that. If we do break out, which I'm quite convinced we will, there's not that many obstacles in the road anymore. I mean, this used to be a very big obstacle at about 72 to 75 cents. There's a little area right here. So pretty big. Another one here is going to be at about 92 cents, or actually 89 to 92. Talked to you guys about that before. Pretty big area. And then already we're going to be going into the real main territory of the real bull run, so to speak. The only last one here is going to be at about $1. What's going to be $1? 14 to 17-ish, 14 to 19, this little area. And that's really the last peak that we had back in the day. And literally all before that is just main bull run territory, right? And the thing is, most likely this whole area right here, by the way, if you're looking at volume, look at how crazy we are right now if you compare it to back then. We right now are already in more volume, which is pretty damn crazy to think about. But I'm personally thinking that a lot of these little resistances here are actually not going to be that difficult to breach, as it was such a decisive move back then. All right, funny enough, this was actually the biggest amount of volume here at the start when Bitcoin was doing really good, which also shows to me that people are switching over from Bitcoin to XRP and buying it at that point. Again, a huge green candle right in the week that Bitcoin stopped doing properly. I think Bitcoin hit its all-time high right around that area. Where again, people are most likely switching over their huge Bitcoin gains into altcoins. I think that's what kind of happened over there. And the same thing is going to be applied here once more. I've told you guys about this like 10 times before. You can already see it happening. You can already see the huge shift And literally, guys, trust me when I say we talked about it on the November 3rd or something like that, November 5th, that this was most likely going to be the lowest point that we would go for XRP to BTC. And that was because it was really poised for another altcoin run. Now, I didn't expect this huge of a surge, because if we check this in percentages, that is about 160% if you switched over your Bitcoin to XRP for this run, which I didn't expect, honestly. That's a huge amount. But right now, we're also seeing another bullish pennant happening right here. And how is that again indicated? Well, we're seeing a huge upside. We're seeing again from November, I guess 13th up till November 23rd, we're seeing a huge slide upwards. Again, a huge upside, a huge run upwards with deteriorating prices. With this could actually become a triangle as well, depending on how low this one is going to be going. Right now, we can still see the lows are getting higher. So it's still, if we actually were to draw a line, still going a little bit more like this rather than with a single support. However, if this red candle goes a lot lower, it could actually be there's going to be looking more like this, which is more of a triangle rather than a pennant being made then, depending again on how or where that's going to be moving. However, both have their advantages. The only thing I'm thinking here is we're still making another bullish pennant here, and the bullish pennant once more indicates that we're going to be continuing this movement rather than switching up from it. As we make another huge breakout. Once where the volume is deteriorating, things are looking good. And if you're asking me where we're going to go, I'm going to say I do not know. But what I do know for a fact, at least in my opinion, what is factual to me, again, I cannot give any official legal advice. What is my personal perception in all of this is we're going to first go to all-time high. All right, very short term here. I think all-time high is going to be one of my first points of very much interest. Again, yeah, we're going to have to cross all this $1 stuff first. Yes. But then I think this middle region here is kind of noise, as we really did not contest that too much. This whole area here, wait, I should actually take it a little bit lower. This whole area here is not going to be too difficult to get over. Actually, I should also take it so this area right from here to right around here perfectly. That area is actually not hard to get over because it's all part of one single run, right? It's all part of one movement upwards with huge determination, all right? Huge determination back then. And the thing is, even though right now we're not going to see a movement like this happening, most likely not in the same sense because, well, that was based upon hype, and right now it's based upon real use. It is, first of all, possible. And second of all, it has happened before. we have seen smaller surges in here. And also, that is only better for us since, well, there's not that many resistances which hold strong back there. Right here, we can see a lot of resistances that are held strongly, so to speak, right? These are all determined moves, and all of these, especially right here, they've been there for a little while, and they're more so determined, rather than this area, which was just a sort of panic area. But again, for XLM, I'm actually not saying that so strictly, because prices are actually going down a little bit more than that. You know, it's not within the pennant here. It's not like it's consecutively diverging or converging. It's actually, again, just going down lower and lower and lower, which is a little bit harder to conclude then, depending on exactly where we're going to end up. Maybe it's going to be ending up here perfectly. Maybe it's not. I don't really know. It's a little bit more difficult and a little bit more indecisive than for XLM. However, as I just said, XRP is looking pretty damn good. And of course, I got a couple more articles. First of all, big move brewing for Bitcoin as trading volume drops in December. And by the way, make sure you press the like button if you're excited about crypto. Big move brewing for Bitcoin as trading volume drops in December. It's not, I personally think, it's not like people are less excited about crypto. I think a couple of ones are doing this because of tax purposes. A couple of others are allocating their funds to different things right now, for example, advertising and stuff like that. And a couple of others are not that excited for Bitcoin in general or for crypto because we're seeing some sideways movement rather than a huge upwave like we saw in November of this year. It could also have something to do with the regulation and with the whole presidency situation, but that I cannot tell for sure. Well, funny, on that note, U.S. government is Bitcoin's last remaining adversary, says Messari founder. Bitcoin may have experienced a perfect storm for success, but action by the United States government may remain a threat, which is still exactly like I've said it before. If they were to rule out all these self-custodied wallets and say, yeah, they have to be properly regulated and we have to know everything about them, it's going to be a very bearish thing for crypto. There's no way around it because people are going to have to keep their money on exchanges or be met with a lot of freaking questions every time they want to transact something, which is just very, very annoying, or not be able to interact with exchanges at all, which is going to lead to either people going rogue and going for the tax evasion route, even though they want to admit everything perfectly, or going to leave you with a lot more administrational nightmares in the longer run. So generally speaking, this is just something that can really, really hurt crypto if it is being pulled through. However, we've seen before a couple of statements coming from those offices that they don't want to kill Bitcoin, they don't want to kill crypto, which they would really do if this were to come up. I'm more so thinking they're going to be coming up with some regulations surrounding the whole mining situation, which is the start of this whole article here. Because that situation between the US and China is definitely interesting and it's something to watch out for. Then traders find hefty gains beyond Bitcoin in Ethereum XRP. Guys, again, think a little bit longer than your nose is long. The thing is, it's not like Bitcoin is our only coin. It's not like XRP is our only coin. These are just the main coins I want to hold for the longer term. Again, XRP being my ultimate coin. I actually hold multiple crypto, like I've said before, and I think diversifying is very, very beautiful and important. And another thing as well is I have a second channel which is called Growth Masters Academy. A link is down below, in which I'm explaining people how to get more money, or at least make more money, hopefully on Instagram, or at least to grow on social media if you want it that way, or just make money without a face even as well. Check it out as well, right? I've also been telling you guys about trying to diversify your income if possible for things like the whole pandemic, which we're witnessing right now, where a lot of people lose their jobs. Then Wells Fargo report labels Bitcoin as speculative investment. Again, this is the situation in which I don't even know what exact part of the phase it is, but it's like if you have the cycle, it's like at first they laugh at you. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but you guys will get the picture once I'm done painting it. At first they laugh at you, then they deny you. No, the other way around. First they deny you, then they laugh at you, then they observe you, and then they're going to ask you how to do it. You guys get what I'm trying to say there? Where right now Wells Fargo and a couple of these other companies are looking at it and they're like, well, let's just label it as something bad or something speculative. Because they're like, well, we don't trust it, we don't want it, ha ha ha. It's stupid. It's only going to be in a couple of months, maybe a couple of years before they're going to be like, well, yeah, it's gonna fade anytime now. It's going to be gone anytime now. And then maybe another couple of months later, they're like, well, yeah, it should have faded a little bit ago. I mean, it's coming. I mean, I'm not trusting it. And then a little bit later, they're going to be like, whoa, how did you guys do it? I still think it's going to be gone soon, but I still don't believe it. I just think it's going to be gone. But how are you guys doing it? You guys hold it? And then a little bit later, they're like, well, no, I didn't say that's going to do bad. You must have been my brother. No, I never said it was going to do bad. No, I never thought that. How do you got crypto? Show me a little bit of that. How do I? You guys get that? That's really how a lot of people are going to be and how things really move. We've seen it with a lot of these billionaires recently where at first they were really against this whole crypto notion, the whole crypto idea. And in 2020, in comparison to 2017, they've really changed their attitude. A huge part of this also has to do with the fact that right now it's not as much based upon hype and just this idea of something happening and something cool being created, but more so the real use case and the real stuff. People can right now really see what crypto is doing for them instead of just kind of sketching about what potentially could be possible. A lot of billionaires have been made with crypto, and people are now noticing that. Then, Standard Chartered Bank CEO says digital currencies will inevitably become mainstream, which is the completely different side of being against it. But maybe if you find Bill Winters in the start as well, maybe he was at first also bearish on crypto. I don't really know. I don't really care. The thing is, though, eventually more people and more companies will have this attitude where they're like, whoa, cryptocurrencies or distributed ledger technology and stuff like that is going to be the newer phase, right? What things are going to be built upon. Right now is the internet. Eventually it's going to be BDLT, which is sort of a baseline for technologies that are to come for the next decades or possibly centuries. And then one I found interesting, Argentina passes the solidarity law to confiscate wealth. One-time wealth tax is levied on individuals with assets of more than $2.45 million, which I could not grasp at all, but Argentina will confiscate 2 to 3.5% of their wealth to people with a net worth over 1.5 million, and this goes up to 5.25% on foreign assets. This solidarity confiscation goes on top of a 2.25% yearly tax on foreign assets because of something, which I don't want to say out loud. I really don't know what's going on here in that country, but that's pretty stupid. That's really literally something wow. Like, what? That's a possibility? If you check the votes, 42 in favor, 26 against. So maybe those guys in the government are not paid enough, because if they had more money than that, they would have most likely said no. But damn, that's heavy that's a possibility. And a lot of people in the comment section are always saying this is what America is going to be looking like in a couple of years, where they're going to try pull schemes like this on us to possibly create the debt reduction scheme. Because if you look down a little bit, they're trying to get about $2.6 billion in taxes from this, or 3.7 in billions in taxes from this. That's not a lot. But if they were to do this in the US, I don't know how much they were going to get, but that's a lot more, right? Maybe they want to try close the gap of the stimulus and the I guess the rich through like a freaking law like this. I mean, I sure as well think it's not going to be possible. But a lot of guys have said, man, this stuff is coming for America too, piece by piece. But if it's up to me, never. If it's up to 95% of you guys, never. But think about it, man. I would never allow stuff like this. I would literally just move out the instant I saw something like this being even talked about or discussed. But damn, that's happening around this world still, and it's not China or North Korea. Damn. But yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. I'm very, very, very bullish on crypto. However, this is not financial advice, not legal advice, nothing like that. Make sure you do your own research and check out Webull, a link down below. If you're from the US, go grab your free 4 stocks, check it out, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Also, guys, check out the Discord, all right? Link down below. It's a pretty cool thing, so check it out as well.